This podcast may contain offensive content. You have been warned. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Diecast podcast. I am your host and DM, Johnny, and this is Season 6, Episode 3 of the Pooh-Bosh Aboo. Let's go. There's, a couple things to talk about. First of all, one, this is going to be a very quick episode, so no breaks. So all the stuff we're going to talk about is going to happen now, and we'll just toss you right into the episode. Secondly, if you have been following me on Twitter, you have been seeing that I've helped with an anthology of D&D one-shot adventures involving hags and unicorns, unbridled. Oliver Clegg brought us all together, and you can follow him at Death by Badger on Twitter and see all the cool stuff that's happening. Also, check out my own Twitter at PhotoGuy79, FOTOGuy79, or our own Diecast Podcast Twitter at Diecast Podcast, and you'll see all the links and all the stuff about the unbridled hags and unicorns adventures. I've written one about Agnes Wormwiggle and her magnificent revenge upon Port Nianzaru. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. If you want to get a copy, then stay tuned. Next week we'll be starting a giveaway for a copy of Unbridled. So we will be giving out contest details and rules in the very near future. So stay posted to the Twitter, stay posted to the Discord, and to the website at www.flyinglizardstudio.com. And it's a really fun book. It's a lot of fun. It's really creative, and there's some wild and creative minds that helped contribute to this amazing anthology. So I think that's going to be it. Let's just jump into the episode. Don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter. Please follow us at Diecast Podcast. You can follow us on any app that plays a podcast. And if you really want to help us out, leave a rating and review. It seems so simple and easy, but it does help us out a ton. And share us with a friend. If you know someone who enjoys D&D, this is the perfect time to listen to a new podcast and sink into some new adventures. And we're there to help you out through all of this. And of course, you can find us on our own YouTube channel and our own Discord. There will be links everywhere this is posted. And of course, our own website at www.flyinglizardstudio.com. That's it. It's going to be a real super quick episode, but it's going to be full of drama, full of great family moments, and I hope you really enjoy it. So until next week, wash your hands, stay safe. We love everybody. We hope everyone's doing well through all of this. Have a good one. We will see you next week, and we will keep you up to date on the contest giveaways for the copy of Unbridled out there. And it's a lot of fun. I'm really proud of it, and there's a lot of cool adventures in it. I think you're going to like it. So that is it. Enjoy the episode. It gets a little serious and emotional, so maybe it's good that it's a quick one. I hope everyone's having a good time. I'll catch you later. I love you all. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Diecast Podcast in 2020 now, 2020 vision. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for joining along in the adventure. We are Season 6 of our little adventure as we go through the Underdark and meet Amalica's mom, sorry. And let's just jump into it right there. We do have some champagne to celebrate the new year and camaraderie and D&D. So if you're up playing a game right now, good for you. Have some fun.
I might be sauced by the end of this episode.
We're going to find out.
Champagne at home.
It's 2020 for the listeners when they begin the podcast, but I guess for us.
Take a drink every time you hear me giggle. you gonna be drunk.
The gays are trying to get it called Hunty Hunty. So, if you like it, say it to your friends.
That's a drink, everyone.
Anytime you hear Hunty Hunty. So last episode, it was a Waywocket and Yozef episode as they tooled around Amalica's house, touched some stuff, snooped around, got some drinks, and then went down kind of like this Harry Potter-esque hallway of portraits of famous people in Amalica's history. But we are going to boop, 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 and zip over back in time to where Amelia meets up with Amalica in
Oh, right. I was like, who are you talking
Fuck's
about?
Amelia.
Amelia is
right,
Amalica.
right,
Podcast am I on?
So Amalica, when you get separated from Waywocket and Yozef, you are led to this beautiful domed room. And when you step inside, you see there's these arcane carvings on the floor that go in a circle, and various arcane symbols and runes like triangles, geometric shapes and whatnot begin to light up as soon as you step in. And you see like these blue and violet and yellow, almost like plasma kind of arcs lift up from those little grooves in between the circle. And it's like, it's not threatening. It's actually kind of calming, but just you walk into this place and you feel the magic of this room, and you look up and has this dark purple kind of cloudy motif. And as you look up, you can see little stars begin to sparkle and appear in the domed ceiling above. It's almost like the
hall in Harry Potter.
It's almost like a planetarium in a way.
Or that.
As you come in, and you just feel warm, you feel reassured, and you feel kind of at peace of this place of arcane flow that just seems to be rushing all around you. You see the two doors open up again, and your mom, I know I'm going to get Amalica confused at some point.
What do you mean? How could that possibly be confusing?
She comes in, and her costume has changed 100%. She appears to be in some type of leathers that look more like kind of like a workout gear, kind of like a sports top, and then leggings that looks like she's able to stretch and move
like
around.
goth Lululemon.
Yes, yeah. And she's pinning up her long white hair into kind of like a bun, and you see like those little streaks of gray that are kind of on the sides. And she folds her hands almost in a very crownish royalty type of way, and she says, "Amalica, I'm so glad I finally get to see you again. It's been far too long."
I'm going to sneak this one in here. Gululemon.
Oh, that's good. Inspiration for that
Sorry,
one.
I'm not here.
No, that was choice. That was choice.
Just like a little voice in my head, it's Carl.
I think we rebaked Carl. Yes.
Can't remember what our Carl status is. I think we got him.
I can check the episode, but I'm pretty sure you did.
Oh, good.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Continue.
You're ruining the moment.
Sorry. I'm
The
sorry.
moment. Nope. Okay.
No, that still works.
Cool. Carry on. And by carry on, I mean me. Amalica just kind of like stands there. Like she doesn't really know what to say. Like this has obviously been a shock. First Uncle Daddy, now Amalica. There are just so many things happening, and she just kind of stares like not really sure what to make of all of this so far.
Yeah, you can feel the tension kind of like rise in the room a little bit. Not an uncomfortable one, but just kind of unfamiliarity of two people who are related but don't have anything really in common other than bloodlines and family and whatnot. You see her extend both hands out, and she says, "Oh, please, let's talk. Let's have a moment to." She kind of gets the idea of how has your magic been going?
I mean, is that really what you want to talk to me about? Like, I mean, you've summoned us here, and I get the feeling that you could have found me at any point in time that you wanted to, and you didn't. But you found us now, so what do you want?
She said, "It was a matter of timing and a matter of circumstance, and I am taking a great risk at revealing myself, but I felt I had to do it, or else I wouldn't be brave enough to do it later down the road."
So you don't want something from us?
Well, I did hire you to do I did ask your friends to retrieve a magical item that would help, but I feel if we have a conversation about our magic, that you'll begin to understand why I reached out to you and why I'm seeking this item. Do you know much about the source of your power?
I mean, I don't know anything. You let me think that you were dead for all this time. What did you expect me to know?
You see her nod, and you see it. She reaches out and says, "Please take my hand, and I will show you what we are truly capable of."
Amalica extends her hand like very tentatively, like just kind of. She still clearly like doesn't trust what's going on here and just feels like there's something else at play. So she reaches out for her hand.
Mm-hmm. And she takes it. She's like very gentle, very carefully, not to cause alarm or cause any stress, but just to kind of like guide you. And she guides you to the center of the room, and you kind of feel this warmness come over you as you step deeper and deeper into the inner rings of the circle. And then you see her kind of lift the leg up and kind of assume like kind of a cross-legged position. And she just kind of looks like she rests her leg down on something, and there's nothing solid there, but just kind of floats. And then she lifts her other leg up, and she takes this cross-legged seating position in the air and just kind of is hovering there right in front of you. And she says, and she motions for you to do the same.
Oh yeah, I have levitate, don't I?
You don't need to levitate, actually.
Oh. Okay.
Because she cast it on you.
Oh, I see. Cool. All right, so Amalica, not quite as like fluidly, just kind of gruffly kind of crosses her legs and hunches her shoulders a little bit. You know, she kind of has this air of kind of a teenager being asked to do something that she's really begrudgingly doing. Mm-hmm. She's curious, obviously, and they've come all this way to figure out what's what. But yeah, she sits cross-legged. She's hunched. She's grumpy.
You see your mom sit across from you, and she sits with this posture, not as someone who's been brought up in like any type of formal school, but someone who's has that inner core strength that someone who's been doing yoga their entire lives. Like just her muscles keep her sitting upright and shoulders back and very...
Am I actually going to be the heir to like the underworld version of like an athletics center? Like, is that what's coming here?
I don't have a clever name off the top of my house, but off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure there's an Adidas pun I can work in there. And you see her begin, and you both kind of do like that hover. Sometimes you're in sync, sometimes you're bobbing up and down in opposition to each other. And she says, "What do you know of the Shadowfell?"
Nothing. I don't know anything. I'm dumb. Until recently.
You see her hold out her hand.
My tiara makes me smart.
You see her hold out her hands, and you see kind of like this black magical essence begin to course, almost like a fiery plasma off of her hands and fingers. She says, "I'll show you. I'll explain it to you. You just have to trust me. Close your eyes."
Close my eyes, but I don't really know what to do. But all right. And she closes her eyes.
Yeah, and you don't hear her voice recording in your eardrums. It starts to happen in your head now, almost like this kind of like echoey presence. And you're not hearing her. She's talking inside your brain, and she says, "The Shadowfell is a misunderstood plane of existence, and we are of the lucky few who get to draw our power from there. We are literally conduits of death magic."
Cool.
But it is misunderstood, as most complicated things are. We live in a world where good and evil isn't a binary thing. It's a perspective thing. Fire elementals burn. Water elementals create floods. And red dragons collect dragon hordes. It's not because they're being malicious about it. It's just in their nature. It's what they do. And that's what the Shadowfell is. The Shadowfell is a reflection of the material world. And you feel her two hands rest on the top of your knees. And then all of a sudden the room gets exceptionally cold. Like you've all of a sudden gone from like in a sauna to out in the snow, and you just feel like a chill right down to your core. There just feels like there's a bit of a breeze blowing by as well.
Good thing I have all these layers on.
Yeah, it is the springtime, so you'd still be wearing layers. And she says, the Shadowfell is something that people learn to hate, learn to despise, and learn to fear because they don't understand it. What they fail to see is that death magic is the reflection of life magic. Sure, people can say that there are monsters that appear here, specters, wights, liches, but can you tell me that there's no malevolent creatures in the material plane? That things are not evil there as well?
I suppose.
And you feel kind of like this power begin to surge through you, almost like a heartbeat. And she says, we are special in the way that we are conduits. We are small little cracks to the Shadowfell. Its energy courses through us, and we can channel it in any way we wish. And it is a thing that doesn't happen on the material plane very often. And we are special people. We are very fortunate to have been born into this.
Okay, but like, what does that mean?
She says, it means you are a person who can wield a tremendous amount of power. You literally pull from death to make your magics work. That's your source. You can form it, you can control it, you can make it anything you want, but your source comes from the Shadowfell. And a powerful source it is.
So like, obviously different from necromancy and all that.
Necromancy is only a school. The Shadowfell is a realm of being.
Okay.
Think of it as a clay. Some people use brown clay, some people use red clay. But
some people use pizza dough.
Some people use pizza dough. But whatever you choose to form it into, that's your gift. That's your talent.
Okay.
And she says, now open your eyes.
Amalica does, but like does it like peeking like one eye at a time.
When you do open up, it's got kind of that Lord of the Rings, Sauron's ring when you turn invisible feeling. Like everything's kind of out of focus.
I thought you were going to say the eye of Sauron.
Bah! Hey, Amalica. Hanging out with your mom.
Your dad. Oh.
I knew you couldn't be trusted.
And what you see is a clone of the room you're in, but you can see like these vines growing up around it. Everything's just got like kind of like this windy, wispy Photoshop brush effect to it. And it almost looks like there's like ash or plant material kind of like just floating around.
The power of filters.
Think very much the Upside Down from Stranger Things.
Okay.
That's essentially the Shadowfell.
Cool. All right. I can do
and
that.
it is you can see the condensation on your breath coming out. And then that's when you start to notice you see these kind of illuminated humanoid outlines of people just walking by. And she says, these Amalica are some of the spirits that reside in the Shadowfell. Again, people may say they're ghosts, people may say they're specters, but they are just doing their nature. They are here for whatever reason they chose.
So I can see these, or are you just showing me what you can see now?
She's like, you are my daughter. You can see what I can see. You can see these on your own. And you do notice that one of these figures, almost like a light man, walks up and stands next to your mom.
Okay. And what of it? Why is this important though? Like why are you telling me this?
She says, because the idol I need you and your friends to recover, it is the only way I know how, or the only way that I've discovered, to bring your father back.
Your face. Ah. And I'm sorry. Why would we want that at this point in time? Again, you left me on the streets. Why do you think I would want to help you do that after that? I've made peace with the fact that you're both gone. You're dead to me. Like, the fact that you're here is a revelation, but you died to me.
And I'm trying to bring us back. I'm trying to make us a family again. And you're right. I did leave you, and it was a choice I had to make. But due to the limitations and restrictions of this spell that I'm under, I made the right choice because I made that choice to save you.
I mean, I still think you got some splaining to do, but like...
I wish I could explain a lot more, but I would be giving up my life as part of the agreement of this geese spell.
Geese?
Yeah, did you say geese spell?
It's got multiple pronunciations. It's like Geas. It's gaius, geese. I always go with geese.
I've just got honk honk, I'm a goose.
The goose is loose.
It's a honking good spell.
It's a wonderful
When will
day
we
in the
see a
Shadowfell,
sequel
and
to
you're a
that
shadowy
game?
goose.
Sorry, what was your joke, Adam?
When will we see the sequel to that game? No,
I was
it's
just
not
tweeting about
joke,
this
it's like,
yesterday.
are they making it?
No, I was tweeting about it, being like, give me the goose.
E3, everybody. E3 will be the year of the goose.
But then somebody was like, the girl who does like the pigeon comics was just like, too goose, too furious. Okay, sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Goose spell. I have ADHD, everybody. Okay, so like you want my friends and I to risk our lives to save someone who has been dead for a long time.
Someone who gave their life so you could live.
Wow, that's manipulative. Okay. And you can't tell me anything else about this.
Not without sacrificing my own life in return.
Okay, well, I mean...
She says, if there was a means to rid myself of this spell, I absolutely would. I wish I could tell you everything. It's breaking my heart that I forcibly have to keep you in secrets of what happened.
All right, well...
But just know, I love you. I'm in awe of everything you've accomplished so far, and I'm trying to be an active part of your life.
Well, I hope you understand that I need to talk about this with my friends before we agree to anything. Or maybe they agreed to stuff and I just didn't listen to the episode because it's not online yet. But like, I don't know. But I need to talk to them because like I'm not putting my friends' lives in danger for someone who has been absent from my life for so long.
She says, I understand, and it is a big risk to ask.
Where are my friends, by the way?
Oh, they're in the house. I can take you to see them if you wish.
Okay, so like spiders haven't eaten them or anything.
I hope not. I hope they've not wandered into the Crystal Gardens.
Well, I'd hope that you have more assurances than that.
Yeah, look at these gardens.
She says, there is one more thing I would like you to try while we're here.
Okay.
I want you to close your eyes, and you're both again in the Shadowfell, kind of like just levitate, sitting, bobbing up and down.
Okay.
Just, I want you to focus on yourself. I want you to feel this dark energy flowing around you. Dark energy. And I want you to channel it into yourself and let it become part of your emotion.
And what is that going to do to me?
If it does what I think it's going to do, and if you are my daughter, which you are, something wonderful and helpful will happen to you.
Amalica again kind of just like closes her eyes but raises her eyebrows in kind of skepticism, and then just kind of like sits up a little bit straighter, a little less petulant, and takes in a big Lululemon yoga breath. Sponsored by Lululemon.
Gululemon.
Sorry, Gululemon.
I'm gonna draw a ghoul working out.
All right, so Malika just goes,
And what is Amalica feeling at this moment?
I don't know, what am I supposed to be feeling?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah.
Less anxiety because breathing is so good for your core. I don't know. What am I supposed to be feeling? She just kind of feels relaxed as she takes in these big breaths, and she just kind of keeps doing it for a second as she waits for something to happen.
As you feel yourself relax a little bit, you can feel like the Shadowfell energy like just rolling over top of you. And that's when you feel this big gloopy tongue just kind of like lick you right up the side of the head. Like, and then you feel like these two paws just kind of put itself on your legs. And you feel like another big lick on your face.
I swear to God, if this is a spider. I have so many questions. Malika again, like tentatively, like opens her eyes just because, like,
you see before you what is kind of like a big 5 foot tall mastiff with big ears that kind of like the tips of the ears like fade off into the shadow. Its jowls kind of hang down, and like as it drools, kind of like disappears and evaporates into shadow energy, and you see a shadow hound in front of you.
Shadow puppy. Baba Yodi.
She says, you have created this with your emotion and your will. This is now bonded to you. It is your
Coming true.
it is your faithful servant, and it will help you in this realm and any other realm to which you summon it.
Oh, this is like that time I wanted a puppy, but then my parents died instead.
You see it kind of look up to you like it's got those black glossy eyes where you can't, there's no irises, but just kind of goes woof, woof, and just kind of like wags its tail.
Oh, Waywocket's going to be so happy that you're not a spider. Okay, well, now we definitely need to rethink the Fabland 5 because there's way more than 5 of us now. And I need to find my friends. Like, I need to tell them about all of this.
She says, we can do that. Do you wish to head back to the material plane?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get out of here.
You see her reach out her hands, and you're like, just grasp my hands and we shall return.
Amalica looks down at her little shadow puppy friend and kind of gives like a very small smile to the dog. And then as she turns back to Amalica, the smile kind of goes away again as she grabs her hands.
And you feel this quick, warm rush, and you're in this giant, lavish, teak-walled bedroom. There's a canopy bed with like these beautiful purple and red silk sheets on it. Giant, white, fluffy pillows. There's definitely like a spider web motif on the ceiling. You can look over and see she's got like this big, massive walk-in closet, and you see like her whole fashion attires, probably in another pocket dimension of just like clothes and accessories. And it looks like this is a lady who she has an outfit for the right situation. You see her reach over and she grabs a golden silk robe and kind of covers herself up. And you're like, let's go meet your friends.
All right, lead the way.
And as you open the doors, you see Waywocket and Yozef almost kind of like they were opening the doors to come in as you go out and go boom, and you bump into each other.
Hey.
Hello.
Well, that was fortuitous.
Did you know they have some very rude portraits here?
No, I missed that episode.
What did I say
Well-
about Deadpooling? Don't make me tap the sign again.
Well, they do, and it's lovely to see you. How you doing there?
Mildly traumatized, but I have a dog now.
That tracks, yeah.
I think the mildly part of that is maybe an understatement.
Yeah. I don't worry, we'll go to some therapy after this.
We have so much money.
Amalica, you have to stick with your mother. She is so smart. I mean, she does this thing where her followers like remember things about her that are maybe not so good, and then she just takes the memories away, so they're always loyal to her. It's wise.
And problematic.
That seems so questionable. I have so many questions.
Yeah, after looking at your house there, Mamika, I also have many questions. Number one, how many crystal spiders do you own?
Oh, she says, I think the brood is up to 98 now.
Oh, God, we gotta get the heck out of here as soon as possible.
Healthy brood.
Yeah.
We should like maybe also get you some therapy for that arachnophobia. Like,
Yeah. Well, I have handled
You're an
myself
adventurer.
very well, considering how many crystal spiders have tried to
I'm
eat
proud
me
of
in the
you.
last 2 hours.
I'm proud of
You
you.
see Amalica actually claps her like very queen royalist, and she says, "I'm actually very impressed that there are many people who suffer from arachnophobia who just cannot make it past the front foyer."
We did fine. They did fine. They're a little skittish. Amamika, I have but one question. When do we leave? When do we get this quest underway? Come on, guys. Quest.
I see her wardrobe because, like, I feel like you haven't lived until I mean, I just looked briefly and like, you should just like go like that.
I haven't seen her wardrobe, but I've been through this place. I've touched a lot of her stuff. We almost got killed a couple of times. It's great in here.
How much time has passed?
Yosef, would you like to see the wardrobe?
Yes.
She shows you up. It's to the. It's just there's no door on it. It's just like simple walking. But as soon as you pop your head in, it's like going through the matrix, where it's like just aisles and racks and racks and racks of clothes, from like about 3 stories high, and there's like a little like sliding ladders and whatnot that go up and down.
You know what you need would be perfect for managing this wardrobe is ghosts.
So well, I have spiders, but ghosts could work as well.
Yeah, I mean, ghosts, there's no moisture issues. They're not going to shred your gowns. I mean, we should talk after this quest.
Well, ethically, I don't feel comfortable working with ghosts.
I'm surprised, given the layout of this place, that you have any ethical concerns at all.
Also, were I to be in hiding for that long, I would mostly be owning sweatpants.
I mean, you brainwash, but you don't have ghosts. It's a tomato-tomato situation.
Yeah, what are the spiders for? Like, what? How do you keep those? What are they for?
Ooh, how do you brainwash them?
Well, the spiders are under my control, as you will eventually learn to discover, Amalica.
Okay.
We
That
just
sounds concerning.
we just have a natural knack for it. They keep themselves occupied with people who trespass or try to intrude, or attackers or assassins who try and infiltrate the villa.
Oh, it is so nice to have followers who just do what you say and don't make a lot of noise about what they want, right?
Well, they're not followers. They're servants. They're
The constructs, actually.
So I'm also guessing that like we should maybe not say anything about this whole thing to Uncle Daddy.
Uncle Daddy.
Oh, right. Jarlaxle.
You say, "Oh, yes, Jarlaxle. Yes, it would be wise to keep this under wraps, I believe."
Interesting. So what's his deal?
She says, "Well, he is unfortunately your uncle. He is
I got that.
a roguish person, deathly charismatic, and
We also definitely got that part.
Hot.
someone you should not trust at all.
Isn't he your brother?
Brother-in-law.
Oh, maybe you misunderstood that. I thought you were blood relation with Joel Axel.
I was related through marriage. My husband was his brother.
And who, see, that's a funny thing about your husband. I asked one of your servants about your husband, and it turned out his memory had been erased. Such a funny coincidence. So what the fuck is up with that?
I assume he came to a bloody end and you just wanted to move on fast, and I respect it.
You see her again go, Mr.
Black
Waywocket,
Widow.
manners, please. We don't use such language around here.
Well, come up to the surface sometime. You'll learn
we
that
own
the
a
mores have
tavern.
changed.
The memory wiping is on purpose and it is deliberate. I believe you've been informed that there is a type of magical spell in place,
Uh-huh.
and that for safety's sake,
The entitled geese spell.
the entitled geese spell.
That's very funny.
Yeah, it's
I
very
like it a lot.
You just can't.
I don't even know if I'm
Come
saying it
on.
right. I'm taking a stab in the dark.
I mean,
that is the new name of that
I'm
spell in this podcast.
Yeah, entitled geese.
delighted.
Yeah.
It's a lovely day in the village, and you've been cursed. She says, "It is due to I do not want any accidental leaking of information that could reveal any secrets of the spell or of the arrangement around that spell.
I mean, I do
Wait.
think burying these people underground in a secret base for decades pretty much takes care of that. But, sometimes you need some added precautions.
And sometimes we have visitors like yourself who ask questions about history and backgrounds.
You're confusing me with these other visitors. I have no questions, complete confidence. When do we leave?
But you did ask them about my husband's history.
Oh, it's a Waywalk. It's always like talking, poking around, questioning other people's thirst for power.
And you just touch
it's
a lot
annoying.
of
It's
things.
a quirk. It's a quirk. I touch things. It's a quirk. What can I say?
You see her kind of wryly smile, like, hence the memory wiping.
You
Wait.
know,
So you're planning on wiping our memories?
No, you don't know anything about the circumstances of the spell, so you pose no threat to it.
So, when we go get your idol of spiritual conduction, what are you gonna do with it?
Oh, this is good. You just go on.
She says,
Tell them
I plan to use it to bring back my husband.
that she's been wiping the memory out.
what happened to him?
He died.
Oh,
And so why don't I just use?
So was he actually murdered?
You could call it that, yes.
Did-
No, I mean, but what would you call it? That's what I would like.
I wouldn't be allowed to call it anything in fear of revealing any details of the circumstances.
So you want us to bring back Amalica's dad, who you won't tell us about, who's related to Jalaxel.
I'll tell you much about him, but I will not tell you about the circumstances involving his death.
Why not just use like a resurrection spell? You seem like a pretty powerful wizard.
Sorceress,
Yeah, potato, potato.
there's a big difference.
I know. I'm patronizing you because I'm a wizard. You're just you're born with it. Whatever.
She says, well, that is something you can research on your own. You're a smart little intuitive wizard, I imagine.
Okay, but I still have questions. Like, it's
don't ruffle her. She's our employer. He's not really a wizard. He just kind of makes boxes.
I mean, she's not really our employer so much as she's my mother.
One time he did cast a pretty impressive illusion, but it fooled no one.
It was a bigger box. It fooled a lot of people.
No, I'm talking when we impersonated that god. That went nowhere.
Nah, that didn't go great.
Lots of people died. Like, so many people.
Not us, though.
They were cultists. They barely matter.
I mean, that's true.
Speaking of cultists, there are cultists on the island. Do you care what happens to them?
Wait. Are we going to... we're what?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You should probably inform her of what...
Yeah, we need to, do some, backstory here.
What? You didn't get this backstory? We're going home. We're going to the island, the
Who's
holy
home?
absence.
Your home?
My home,
Who
the
wants
island of the
that?
holy absence of
No
the
one wants that.
Aboo.
Who wants that?
I
don't
want that.
I don't.
Why not?
Because it's a cult.
Those people deserve a second chance, Amalica.
Is that because you want to be the leader of them?
Yeah, that seems to be what you were telling me last hour.
Wow,
You know
I didn't
what?
even listen to the last episode and I knew that.
We rescued Amalica from the gutter. Now she's got a mom. She's got a hot uncle. She's gonna get a dad if we get
Nobody
this
wants
orb
to
of
bang those people.
transfiguration.
I mean, I don't. Because they're my family.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. You know what? Let's.
Let's
Get
not-
it? Yeah. Who wants to bang who is beside the point at this very moment.
I'll tell you who no one wants to bang.
Uh-huh.
The hundreds of sad, desperate
Spiders.
human refuse who have washed up on the shore of the island of the holy absence of the Aboo. Those people eat mushrooms. They die on the beach all the time.
You're not really selling it to us.
Well, exactly. Who'd want to go there except to save these poor souls and show them a better future?
You used the word recruit before you backtracked there.
Yep. I said recruit and then I said better.
Did you, though? Or did I only hear recruit?
Those people need a leader and they could do worse.
Don't you actually have a leader?
What do you mean?
Isn't there a leader there already?
Yes. Gross foods, don't care about their well-being. I'm going to do for those people the same thing I did for those desperate fucks who hang around the alley in
Kick them and tell them to get
multiples.
out of the alley?
I do not kick them and tell them to get out of the alley.
I mean, you did
organize
until you learned.
brunch events.
You learned they could be manipulated, and then that was a different story. But I remember...
Exactly. What? You manipulate people into doing the right thing, your thing, not their thing. And there are no people who will be easier to manipulate and desperately need manipulating than the horrible people.
Already manipulated cultists?
Exactly. They're mush. They've been
So
mushed.
how are you planning on overthrowing the current leadership?
Well, I figured it would be our usual combination of guile and killing them.
Okay.
I mean, I think we'll go for the bargain and then go for the kill. That's our
Waywocket?
style.
How do you feel about this? Are you
Amalica, like,
encouraging
this is a
this?
solid plan. Try to break a deal, and
This
then,
doesn't sound like a great plan.
try to break the
Are you
face.
encouraging this? What did I miss?
He said, well, my plan is to hire an expert thief,
Uh-huh.
an expert in the island of the Poobash Boo,
Oh, thank you.
and possibly the most powerful sorceress that will be.
I feel like you're just sucking up to me at this point in time, but go on.
Sounds good, though, doesn't it?
It does.
I only know what you have the potential to be.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry. I'm just a little bit
to answer your question, Malika, overthrowing a corrupt cult, it does seem to I think it would build our legend a little bit.
I mean, it's hero stuff.
it is hero stuff. I'm hoping that
Are you drinking the Kool-Aid?
You
Is he
should
getting to you?
see what these
Is he
people
going to be the
eat.
boss now? Because I think that's a bad plan.
Well, I mean, I am the decisionist.
I think that's already the worst plan.
Did you know that? You didn't really mention that in that sort of bio you gave me.
I did not know, but if you are a decisionist, then you can clearly
Don't encourage him.
I'm
a
also
vote.
a growing religious idol.
Can you actually wipe that from his memory? The decision.
I'm also very
is-
curious about the origins of our friend Yozef here, because
Can you bring
I-
back memories?
You can, yes.
Well, can you?
I can, yes.
but I am curious to go to this island. I do think we should dismantle this cult. I am hoping, though, that at the end of it, they will choose capitalism as their new lord and savior,
Okay.
and not necessarily Yosef. And maybe
What
to
if they
develop
hold,
a
an
trading
election?
thing. Yeah, exactly. Or an open lord system. Any of the current forms of government that we find acceptable here on the Sword
So
Coast.
accessible.
Either both. Yeah, no, that'd be great if they
that
could.
country. That's what they do.
Yeah, no, just levitate spells can cure a lot, and no, not specifically. Greater restorations. That's the good stuff.
Even though I think it would be adorable to see that Flotsam and Jetsam organize an election, my plan is to kind of show up, declare
Dictatorship.
myself Lord and Master, and I'm not expecting a lot of pushback.
I'm expecting actually quite a lot of pushback.
Well, from the warlocks, but once we mobilize the
warlocks.
people,
Yeah.
show them a better way.
I think we might want to think about a more subtle approach when we get there, but that's for a later time.
See, we're already brainstorming, This is how the team goes. Once we got the contract, the process has begun.
And you see her turn to Amalica and Waywocket and says, as for the cultists, as long as the idol is returned safely and intact in my hands, whatever you wish to do, I leave in your capable abilities.
So again, you're saying that this spell, Untitled Goose Spell, is preventing you from telling me anything that I currently need to know.
Unfortunately, yes, it was part of the bond.
So does this artifact shenanigans nullify any of that?
It's a workaround. It's taken a lot of research and a lot of time to figure out a way to safely do this.
As a fellow adventurer, Amalica, I'm beginning to question your thirst for adventure. Come on. We found the dragon hoard. Nobody
You
knew where it
know,
was. We didn't have 2 dimes to rub together.
I
We didn't have a
feel like
goddamn clue.
You're going to want some friends that have some more sympathy when we inevitably find out what happened to your family down the line. So,
Yeah, yeah. I'm also
give me a moment.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with a bunch of orphans here, and I'm trying to solve your
We have
parentage.
issues. We have so many issues.
So, fun fact.
One of them's in front of me.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
no,
reconcile.
I'm 25% done.
So, actually, the order may have brainwashed me in the past. Anyway, you could just pull up some memories
That's
of
what
old
I said.
mom and dad for me.
Traumatize him.
She says, well, I only do it with consent, but I can try and read your thoughts.
Oh, yeah,
I
dig
give
around
this
in there.
consent. Oh, never mind.
Pardon me. You see her reach out her hand, and she lightly places her fingers on your forehead.
Ooh.
You feel kind of like this, like cold vibration, kind of like almost like you know those door stoppers that vibrate, like when you hit them and you can.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
they like sort of bung.
It feels
you
like
know.
one of those has gone off in your brain as you see her inhale. And do you resist the attempt of the spell, or do you wish to let her continue?
No, I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm down for whatever.
And she says, and you see her kind of close her eyes and begins tilting her head like a dog, curious at something. She says, okay. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. You baked him into a cake. Interesting.
It's true so many times.
Oh, these religious glyphs are quite interesting. Quite interesting indeed. I'm going to roll a Arcana check for her. Oh, yes. She says, oh, going further back. Further back. You have a mule you haven't seen very much.
Fablin!
A cameo.
You have a great detest for a boy? He's a bit chunky sized.
I'm coming around
Wow.
on him.
Why is everyone so rude to Mark?
Well, actually, I feel like in the story, like I'm now.
Yeah,
like,
you've actually been very nice to him.
I've been okay with that.
And
Oh,
like
no,
nice is like a
I'm sorry,
strong word.
chronologically back in order.
Reverse chronology.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
reverse chronological. It's like it's interesting times in a sewer. Mm-hmm. Oh, there you are coming to Waterdeep, and fast rewind. Says, oh, there's the island. Okay, very, very not my choice of architecture, that's for sure. Amalica, please bring some scented oils or something. This smells terrible.
I mean, it's not really an issue for me since you left me in a sewer, but cool, carry on.
You know, we're exploring my past right now, so
Says, oh my, that is traumatic. And there is a contained memory here. You've had your memory tinkered with as well.
oh, can you undo it? I could use a tragic backstory. I think it would make me more well-rounded.
Oh no.
She's going
It might make you more sympathetic.
Sympathetic.
she's going to try with
Appearing more sympathetic to others would increase my power.
Arcana
Oh,
check.
jeez.
Ooh, that is a natural 1, unfortunately.
Oh, damn.
She's like, no, it's something that's locked in. It's a matter of finding the right key to open it. But there is something important. There is a gap between you arriving at the island for the first time and you growing up on the island. That is,
Well, they definitely murdered your parents and ate them.
Just another reason to return to the island. I mean, if I had some sort of story locked in here that is all about how my parents were tragically killed and I overcame it to be a hero, I mean, that would really increase my cred, like that Bat Knight fella everyone loves.
I do like those Bat Knight comics.
He's got like 6 of them a month.
It's actually kind of overkill and some very conflicting stories sometimes. But
The one constant dead parents.
it's true.
actually, there is one exception. It was like an Elseworlds tale. Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay. Well,
I see her withdraw her hands. Like, are you okay? Was that too intrusive for you?
No, it was wonderful.
He ran a ghost brothel. Nothing's too intrusive for
Ooh,
him.
did you see how well I did on that ghost brothel? I am very proud of that.
I was trying to be polite about decorum.
We're old friends now.
You know, for an assassin of the knife, you really are like a bit of a prude, I gotta say.
Oh, I was never an assassin for the knife.
What were you for the knife?
Oh, there you go, putting your foot in your mouth again.
I was a thief for the knife.
Well, potato,
Tomato.
tomato.
One kills for profession. I kill in self-defense.
Just like us, right? We all have that in common. Honestly, Waywocket, you did better with those rats.
Oh, the rats, they were abusive to him.
They were horrible to him. Didn't stand up for himself then.
I've never seen anyone bullied by a rodent before.
It was
Listen, wait,
embarrassing.
how do you know about this? The rodents didn't tell you.
Oh, I saw it through his memories.
Oh, that was smart how you sort of baited me in with that whole parents thing and then absorbed our whole backstory. Oh, you're so good.
Yeah, very diabolical. So, look, we're looking for the inside of a volcano for this thing.
Wait, what?
So that's where I believe it is housed.
How am I going to get inside a volcano?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just like, oh, wow. It's so nice that we're rekindling this, like, mother-daughter
Yeah, there's some
ship.
serious logistics here.
Also, go into a volcano. I don't really feel like you love me very much right now.
I think she said it's an inactive volcano.
It's a dormant volcano.
dormant volcano.
We're gonna throw out the tomato potato.
Are
thing
there like
again.
are there like steps? Or should I bring like 90,000 feet of rope?
She said, well, you are a world-renowned thief.
Uh-huh.
I leave that into your capable hands.
If there's anyone who knows how to get in the volcano, it's those damn dirty warlocks of the order.
Mhm.
Probably true.
Don't encourage him, even if it is.
You know, when it seemed like people had killed your parents, like I was right with you.
I mean, I think you just told me to get over it.
Oh. Well, you know what? I was wrong. I learned so many important lessons about family and togetherness.
That was
and
10 minutes
killing
ago.
people together. No, I mean like over the course. You know, I've had an arc. I've
It's
grown
true.
as a person.
He did have a brief arc, but it was touch and go there for a while. I mean,
You know, we captured that guy who killed your parents.
that's true.
Then you just turned him loose for some reason.
Well, it turns out he didn't kill my parents, did he?
Oh, was that a thing?
As
A lot.
evidenced by Amalica?
You know, as a group, we cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, wait, did you alter Steel Toes' memories?
Nope, I did
Is
not.
he part of the goose spell?
So then why did he?
He is. You actually. He's told you before that he's part of the same spell.
Oh, but he didn't call it the goose spell.
I think he called it a geese spell.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, but
Well, I wasn't delighted by Untitled Goose Game at that
yeah, no,
time.
that game hadn't come out yet.
It didn't stick.
Um,
that game.
Just that poor boy got pushed into a garage.
So
And a phone box. And I smashed his glasses.
This is why that spell is so dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
wait, but not the same geese spell, or the same spell but a different casting of it.
It's a Canadian geese spell.
Yeah, it's quite ornery. She says it was all part of the same ritual.
Wait,
Okay.
So how did you escape certain death at that time?
Those are secrets that I will keep to myself.
Is there a table? I need to flip it. This is frustrating. Just tell us things.
You see her actually have a moment of regret and says, I wish I could tell you, Amalica. I sincerely wish I could sit down and spend days and days telling you what happened.
Then do that.
I can't.
Ah.
I have a chance to bring your father back, and I'm willing to take the risks involved.
Even if it means risking me?
Well, you I know are one of the most powerful beings that will walk this plane.
Okay, well, that was a non-answer, but okay.
So wait, was Amalica's dad also a thief? Were you like a husband and wife thief team?
He was a thief as well. Yes, I believe DM notes it. I believe I called them the Twin Shadows. They stole magical items and artifacts. And
Oh, wait, yeah, this is coming back to me. Like I paid attention at some point in time when
Catchy
this was
code name.
It is.
What are you now? Like the lone shadow, the lonely shadow? Sounds desperate.
She says, I am
Shadow Widow. Widow Shadow.
Ooh, shadow widow. It's just not
Black Widow.
tough to say.
Black Widow was taken.
she says, I am now Lady Amelia of House Ballantrae.
Now you're a Amalica.
Not as good as Twin Shadow. Anyway, so
And you see, I actually agree with you.
right?
Okay, well, I have approximately 1 million more questions, but clearly you're not going to answer them, so...
I'll answer the ones I can. The ones I am bound by, I unfortunately cannot share.
How do we get back to the island and when do we leave?
Well, I believe you arrived via magical means, your fireplace at the Fungus Glow Inn.
Oh yeah, the flu powder.
Yeah.
Oh, how we got here.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I think we can just charter a boat to your crappy island.
Sure. I mean,
Also, there were some weird guys at the tavern that were like being really confrontational, and I have this feeling that that's going to come back to us.
oh, that is definitely going to kick us in the ass.
Can you like
And-
send some spiders to like eat them or something?
She says, unfortunately, my spiders are not assassin
You
spiders.
got real spoiled as a princess immediately.
They work, if they were to try and assault the villa, they would work in a defensive nature.
Wow, you're really not doing anything for me.
Good to know. Good to know. Well, we got to solve our own problems. And frankly, I think those guys are confusing me with my uncle, which also seems like slander on his good name. I don't. Anyway, next time we see them, we got to set them straight.
It's a
I have a
side
feeling we're
quest.
gonna
It's
have
a
to fight
side
them.
quest.
All right. Well, I think we have enough here. If I have any other questions, is there any way that we can get in touch with you? Like once we recover the artifact, how do we let you know we have it?
You can head to the Fungus Glow Inn and leave a message that you need a ride. Or if you have any magical means of communicating with me,
Would a sending spell work?
if you have access to one, sure.
I got a couple scrolls of that.
I can check in with you as well every couple of weeks, months, whatever you decide. Just say,
Months? How long you think we're gone for, lady?
I'm giving you ample time.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe send a send.
We have
Well-
very long days in this party.
We'll mark it as red if we can. We'll see what we can do.
See, you'll know when it arrives.
Oh yeah, it'll appear in my brain.
Is there anything else you can give us to impart on this journey where you're sacrificing your daughter to a volcano?
So I actually believe you're going to be successful.
We'll see.
I don't have any information to give or share. If some becomes available, I can send you a message with any updates, but I am overly confident in all of your abilities to do this.
As you
You-
can see from the information you artfully pulled from my memories with giving me nothing in return, we
That's
are
kind of a trend.
heroes of the highest order,
Mhm.
and we will satisfy this quest 100%.
So 100,000%?
100,000%.
That's overkill. Also, I'm coming along for the
under
records.
promise, over deliver.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that business stratagem. You've currently over promised, and I don't know if we can possibly deliver on an impossible number.
Yeah. I mean, I just like for the record still have qualms about this. I have a number of qualms about this. My mom, my dad, Yozef taking over a cult, the volcano. I just have a lot of things that I think are on my cons list. Not a lot of pros to this, but I don't feel like I want to be here for any longer at the moment.
You know,
with no
regardless of your
answers,
qualms, I
so
want to keep this
yeah,
message on
okay.
brand. So we're saying liberate. 3 syllables, learn it. We're liberating.
Who taught
them.
him that word? Who? Was it you?
No, probably Carl.
The greatest reward is we get to return your father to the material realm.
Okay, well, I still know nothing about that, so I hold reservations about that as well.
I mean, if he's half as hot as Uncle Daddy, yeah, that is some serious
I mean,
ROI.
we need to stop sexualizing my family.
Maybe you do.
You see her kind of,
Yes, definitely me. We don't want that.
you see her kind of develop a little bit of a smile and says, they do bear a striking family resemblance.
Oh, hot
no.
girl.
He was a handsome
Then he's
elf.
just daddy.
So this, so the soul transference returns bodies to the material plane.
It moves souls between different planes of existence.
Good, thank you.
If you know the ritual.
But what about the container that body goes in?
That can be just about anything as long as it's a living organic being. Do you wish to roll an insight check?
Yeah, why not?
Will you accept a mule?
no.
No idea. Not a damn clue.
I rolled a 1, but I have a very good insight, but it still remains a 9.
It looks like you're trying to suss something up. She's definitely holding those cards close to her chest.
She does that.
Shocking. How shocking.
That's a big league move.
She's lived this long. You don't do that by putting your secrets out there.
I mean, she lived this long, much to the not knowledge of me. But okay. Well, do we have any other business here, Waywocket? Yozef?
Contract
Even?
signed.
We need a cloak from her fucking never-ending closet.
Ooh, I wouldn't mind a cloak.
Sorry, I've offered up your cloak because I feel like it's the least you can do.
It actually, do you have a cloak of arachnia? My uncle had one of those that was sweet.
Not of that kind. I do have a spider-themed cloak if you wish, Mr. Yozef.
Love it.
Well, now I want that.
Mine was a magical item. It's very cool.
She pulls out it almost looks like it's like a
Does it
lace
take away your
lace
fear of
cloak, like a
spiders?
high collar. It's definitely like has like holes and see-through, but it's like quite elegant and actually quite sturdy and tough.
Ah, this will be perfect for the people of tomorrow Halloween haunt.
No.
So do you wish to have anything from my closet as well, Amalica?
Maybe. What you got for me?
You see her.
She's a sucker for accessories.
It's essentially whatever you can think of, it's there, and it has a spider theme to it.
An all-encompassing
very committed to the
onesie.
spiders.
You could grab like maybe a cloak of protection.
Yeah, spider jammas.
Oh, they're all aesthetic. There's no actual magic.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Oh.
I can buy you a cloak of protection. Don't worry.
Cool. We got some sunglasses. You know what? I'm good. You've given Yozef this cool cloak. I need nothing.
Says-
You might want to warm her up a little. Uncle Daddy gave her a hat.
That's actually it's true. He did, but he didn't pretend to be dead for years and years and
He
years.
teased out the hat for a while.
Yeah, he did.
Also, his identity, frankly. This is
Yeah.
a real family
That was
trait.
really like a season finale type thing.
You see her demeanor kind of sour a little bit, and she says, "Amalica, don't forget what I told you about Jarlaxle.
Nothing?
Do not trust a
Oh,
thing he says."
right. The one thing. Okay, well,
So,
some context would be good.
Jarlaxle is in any business for Jarlaxle only. Everyone else is periphery.
I'm going to say, though, that to current, that actually makes you the same person.
Mhm.
I would fully disagree with you, Mr. Waywocket.
I would also fully disagree with you, Mr. Waywocket.
It's
because
actually
we
Mr. Sprocket, but thank you.
We are the Troll Skull Trio, and we accept rewards for our heroic deeds. Have you forgotten that?
So you think I should take a cloak?
Yes. I always think you should take a cloak. I've been very consistent on that message. And we're doing, like, I'm happy about this. You know, we're going to the island. We're going on adventures. We're going to get in some fights. We're going to use our cool new powers, you know?
I have a dog.
You've got a dog?
Did I? I told you that.
No, that's actually new information.
This is
Oh, I think it's because I was like, oh, I wanted a puppy when I was a kid, but my parents died. But I really actually did get a dog.
You know, you say
Oh,
that a lot, and it's off-putting.
As opposed to when you're telling us you're going to take over a cult all the time.
I mean, they like that more than your dog stories at the bar. You know,
that they
you're
like
driving
that.
our profits
You
into the
haven't
gutter
really
with this
taken over the
depressing
cult
shit.
yet. That's just all like hypothetical in your head, and like Carl doesn't really count as the hypothetical cult.
I visualize it, so it's real.
Okay. Okay, never mind. I have a dog.
That's great.
Yeah. He's made of some Shadow Realm.
Oh,
Mhm.
that seems less cuddly than I was hoping.
That's about the sum of it, right? Like Shadow Realm
Shadowfell?
dog?
Yeah, shadow energy, necrotic energy. Yes.
Yep, yep, yep.
Is it going to piss on stuff?
It's going to piss darkness.
I
terror.
actually believe her, but I will roll an insight on what she said there
He might be a
About-
hit at the Halloween haunt.
about magic, like shadow energy and the like. I rolled a 14 plus 8, so
Math.
20.
She doesn't. Her face doesn't like furl or adjust, and you get the feeling she's being completely honest that this is a being that is summoned directly from the Shadowfell, and most creatures from the Shadowfell have some type of necromantic base or source to it.
I was going to put a
name
ghoul
for him.
mask on Fablin, but I think this is better.
It is.
Fablin's beautiful as he is. He's gonna miss us so much when we're on the island.
Will he? I mean, I'm pro Fablin, but like, will he? Alvin will take care of him.
He'll do a great job.
Yeah,
I'm not worried
it's
about
fine.
his overall health. Just
Martem and him can share some apples.
that's nice.
It'll be nice.
So I guess any last parting advice here, Mamica?
And cloaks.
She says, "No, I have every confidence in your ability to pull this off. I think you're going to be wonderful. I think you are the right people for this job, and I think you are going to facilitate bringing my husband back."
And I'm gonna roll an insight on that. Wow. Oh, even better. It is a 26.
She seems to be beaming with pride that her daughter is involved, and that she is fully confident in. It seems more like she's confident in Amalica's abilities. You're kind of like periphery to this scenario, but she's also kind of has a bias where she believes that Amalica is going to be the one who fully accomplishes this swing.
But specifically, I wanted more on the bringing husband back. Does that seem accurate?
That seems
Okay.
she said it earlier before. So
Yeah, okay. Just seeing if that's
More
not
like
still
her true
lie.
goal, yeah.
Yeah.
no, as for motivations, that is bang on it.
Cool.
All right. Well, I guess once you give me some dope ass cloak, let's go.
All right, yeah. Let's cover my eyes and get back into that spider carriage.
Oh yeah, definitely that. Do you have some like horse blinders?
I could have hands.
I mean, why use hands when you can just have it done for you?
She says, "Unfortunately, we don't use. We have spider blinders, but there's multiple little."
I don't want that. Let's go. Thank you for the hospitality, I guess.
Oh yeah, I don't have anything to add to this. Like, we're not at a hugging phase
Oh,
yet, or maybe ever.
I don't think elves hug in general.
well, as you make your way to the main gate or the main door, and the carriage, the crystalline carriage, and the spider is there waiting for you. She does put up both of her hands, hoping for a hug from Amalica.
Well, this is going to be very awkward for you.
She retracts her hands and says, "I understand. It takes time."
Well, it also takes answers to questions, and I just have so many of those, and you have so little of those answers that I currently need, and you've just immediately sent us to a volcano on a cultist island.
You see,
I actually think that's her way of showing her love. It's really fucked up.
you actually see like a small tear begin to form at the side of her eye. She says, "My baby dear, I wish I could share everything with you. I sincerely wish I could."
Well, I, for one, thank you and apologize for the lukewarm reception to this wonderful quest. I feel you breathe new life into us and as adventurers, and we are ready to set sail for what will truly be the most wonderful quest of our lives. I myself is not much of a hugger, but we can make out a little bit if you want.
Don't make out with my mom.
So I am fine, Mr. Yozef. Thank you very much.
As you wish.
Joseph's policy is tongue first, cuddles later.
The good old tongue cuddle. Ew, why did I just say that? you see the assistant or the attendants come out and help you into the carriage, and you see Amelia hold out her hand and say, I know you're going to be great. You're going to be wonderful at this. Good luck, mon petit homme.
Yeah. All right. Let's get out of here. Let's go see some cultists.
Love how your family sticks a little French in there. It's a real pants tightener.
All right, the carriage bolts off.
On that note.
And that's the episode.
The carriage bolts off. You go winding down that stone pillar again, and it's like you're flying over the fungus.
Waywocket, are you so happy?
Eyes closed, eyes closed.
You could have.
I can't hear you, you clippy cloppy little monster.
It's actually more of a chittering.
Singing, la la la. It's just like Alvin's little hooves. It's great. It's fine. It's
Alvin's
great.
hooves?
I'm sorry, Fablin's hooves.
I was gonna say.
Actually, that's the secret I've been hiding about Alvin this entire time. He's been
God.
a tiefling in. No, he's a human.
He's been a centaur the entire time.
That's where my mind went too. I was like, centaur?
Yeah, centaur would also work.
Fablin is his dad.
No.
No, it is not that.
For everyone else in the back of the carriage, it's just essentially like the big abdomen of a crystalline spider bobbing up and down. And it drops you off
Completely
right
normal.
in front of in the Underdark, sure. Spiders, fungus. But it drops you off in front of the Fungus Glow Inn, where it still seems like a rowdy party happening. Your fireplace is still burning bright in the back of the stable. And you remember that once you extinguish the fireplace, it goes back to where it started.
Let's get out of here.
I agree. You have any last business here, Yozef?
None at all. The Trollskull Trio is back in action.
Yeah, it's gonna be good to stretch our legs, sleep under an open sky,
Sure.
overthrow a evil cult that kills orphans, parents. I mean, makes children into orphans.
We don't really know much of anything.
We're gonna learn. We're gonna learn a lot, and maybe we'll betray your mom. We're gonna figure it out. Every option's on the table.
It's weird, right? Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. We're gonna.
I felt like I was being a little bit cold there, but
No,
then it was
no,
kind
you
of
were
just
great.
like, you disappeared for my whole life.
Yeah,
and now
no, that's
you
just-
only want me
yeah,
back to
yeah.
resurrect my father.
Yeah, no, I'm actually quite worried that she is gonna try to bring back her husband into your body.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's-
Oh, that makes sense. Oh,
Yeah.
she's so good.
But let's play it out, and hopefully
Or
we'll get.
Jarlaxle's body or someone's body.
That would be very. She did say that he was a handsome
Yeah,
thing.
she
She's
just
finally
moan
got a
her.
chance to get at that body. It's the long game
Yeah,
that she's after.
pun intended.
Elves play the 300-year game.
Yeah. So look, there's many angles, but we're gonna let's play it out,
Well-
and maybe at the end of the day, you will be queen of those spiders if you want that. I don't want that for you, but
I know
it's
you don't.
whatever you want.
Oh, I have questions.
So many.
So many.
I mean, let's do what we do best.
Yeah.
We'll take it day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute.
I'm concerned by how rational you're being. Where's this going?
I mean, it's a quest. I mean, friends, we've gotten stale. I mean, no offense, Waywocket, but your new business venture is totally boring and
Hey
squandering
now.
all that money
That's
that
my
we
dream.
got. You've been mostly moping around, you change your cloak, but what's really changing?
That's true.
My cult is underway, but it just needs like a little boost.
So you
we
do
all
admit it's a
need-
cult.
I mean, shit, like it's a family, it's a path forward.
A
How do
cult.
people feel about the people of tomorrow? I mean,
feel like
it's
they're
right.
a cult. That's what I feel like.
Yesterday's gone, tomorrow's ahead of us.
I mean, those are platitudes we can all get behind.
Right? Those are platitudes we can all get behind. And once you see,
I guess that is what religion is when you get down to it.
Yeah, I guess.
that's it. That's all it is. And once you see the grateful faces of those people we are going to, what's the word? Liberate on that island.
Did somebody give you a dictionary?
I gave him a thesaurus earlier, and it was a real. It's really coming to bite me
Is
in
that
the
one
ass.
of the items that he touched? Did it imbue him with words?
Could be one of his evocations. I don't know how it all works.
Well, I don't like it.
All right. I think you're right, Yozef. Let's get back to the surface and pack up and book the next boat to Poobash. Shabu? Is it one
Aboo.
word?
No, 2
Ab-
words.
okay.
Poobash Aboo.
Good to know, because I don't want to go to the wrong place.
The Isle of the Holy Absence of the Poobash Aboo.
Wait, do they even have commercial charters there? I guess we have to... No.
This place is the definition of remote.
So how did you get off the island?
Well, by boat.
What boat?
Backstory.
No, it's pirates go there quite a bit.
Oh.
Pirates go there quite a bit.
Like it's not hard to
Okay. Cool.
It's not hard to get off the island, and like one of their main sources of like food and items and whatnot are pirates bringing it in for exchange, like just a place to party and do pirate things.
I mean, it's hardly exclusive. I mean, it's more of a you can get
You did
there,
just say it was
but
very
why do you want to
exclusive.
go situation, you know?
I mean, maybe a chaos party if that was your thing.
I mean, no, a chaos party just sort of happens. You know, you're at the end of your rope. You've washed up on the island. People are greeting you while murdering each other. And you're kind of like,
But didn't you want to make the Winter Shield party a chaos party?
you know, that's been before I discovered family and
I feel like
you
you're
know,
being very manipulative right now.
home and
Did you take
commerce
tips from Amalica?
and power. And, you know, why live like it's the end of the world when you can be living like you're ruling the world? Oh, that's good. You know, maybe you want to write that down in your little book.
Or your little book? I think they call it a manifesto.
A manifesto.
Oh, no.
Classy.
Don't
right.
teach him new words.
I'm blowing out the candles. Or fireplace, I guess.
You extinguish the fireplace and you feel that shift in the air pressure, and you are back at Troll Skull Manor, the additional room that Omen Drawn built for you with the Acquisitions Incorporated company. As you flip open the door and you see it's a packed tavern. There's about maybe 150, 200 people in, and you see one person turn and points right at Yozef and says, "He's back!" As everyone gets down on their hands and knees and just starts like doing that, like worshiping as soon as the mention of his name happens.
I'm back, friends, with exciting news. Me and your favorite heroes, the Troll Skull Trio, have been commissioned in an
Okay, we're not gonna
in a secret mission.
in a secret
a
mission.
mission. So just let's keep it between us,
That's
all
like
in
maybe
the
just
family.
That's it. That's like all you need to tell them.
We are on a mission
that's it.
to destroy evil warlocks
boy.
that threaten the sanctity of this land. Now, while I'm gone, you're going to have to sort of keep the energy going by yourself. But never fear, friends.
But like not
because
here. Not in here.
No, definitely here.
Unless you're spending money.
Unless
Remember,
you're spending
a
money.
one drink minimum.
Take advantage of the specials. Don't be afraid. A new day is right around the corner.
This feels
friends.
exploitative.
Yesterday's gone.
I mean,
Tomorrow is ahead.
Sure, technically, yes.
Let's chant it. Let's
No,
chant it, folks.
Let's not.
Yesterday's gone.
3, 2,
Buy a
1.
drink. Buy
Tomorrow
a
is
drink.
ahead.
Yesterday's
No.
gone.
Tomorrow is ahead.
Yesterday's gone.
Tomorrow is, and so you see almost this riotous fervor begin to develop in Troll Skull Manor.
Waywocket, this is not good.
Oh, they're paying customers, Amalica.
Two
going to
lines
turn
go
bad.
together. They'll chant
This is
it
going
for
to
months.
turn bad. Mark my words.
You know, I was going to say that's branding, but I think it's actually something more.
Like a cult.
And that's where we're going to call it for this week. It's a short one.
That's a very short one,
Yeah.
actually.
Are you in a cult? Yes. Is it a cult? Yes. Is it though? Yes.